Okay. Well, hello guys. It is day 4. I mean, I don't have to keep saying that. The title says it. You probably know what day of Vlogmas you're watching, but it's a way to open, okay? If you haven't seen my face before, hi, I'm Emma. It is great to meet you. I would love it if you would subscribe. I'm posting videos every single day this December up until Christmas. I am in the kitchen once again because honestly, the lighting here is just pretty good and I can talk here by myself without my parents interrupting me. So I set my alarm this morning for 9. I fell asleep again, woke up at 10:30, and then I had some breakfast and I've been studying Spanish because I have my Spanish final tomorrow. So there's that. And I also have an essay due tonight, which I think I'm gonna hand in tomorrow because honestly, I don't need to put myself through that stress knowing that I probably won't make the deadline anyway. And yeah, that's about it. Later in this vlog, I'm going to talk about what it's like to study at Leiden University because yesterday this girl, Katarina, commented on my moving vlog and told me that she is considering going to Leiden University. And so she asked me to share my experience with the school, so maybe it'll help her decide where to go or where not to go. So I'll do that a little bit later today, but I'll just sit down for that and like talk you guys through it. I obviously only have it's only me that's experiencing it, but maybe it'll help anyone who does want to study at Leiden University. So I'm gonna go back to studying and talk to you later. We're back on the ground again. I think this setup's kind of cute because, you know, it's festive and that's nice. So, what's it like studying at Leiden University? First, I do international studies, which is a combination of history, economics, politics, and culture. And you learn about international politics, international economics, general culture classes, as well as focusing on a specific region. Personally, I'm doing North America, and with your region, you have to choose a language. I could choose between either Spanish or French. And I chose Spanish, so I am in my 2nd semester of learning Spanish, which is also why I went to Cusco back in the summer, last summer. There's a little general information of like what I'm doing at Leiden University. Then it is very important to know that because I'm in international studies, I'm studying at Leiden University campus The Hague, which is in The Hague. And the rest of Leiden University, except for a few other courses, are in Leiden. So my experience is gonna differ a little bit from if you obviously study in Leiden. But if you do international studies and you want to live in Leiden, then you can totally do that because Leiden is very close to The Hague. It's like 9 minutes by train or something. And our campus is very close to the train station, so you could totally do that. I just don't have any experience with that. First, generally, the classes are really good. I like them a lot. Most of the lecturers I've had have been really good. Most of the tutors I've had been really good. Obviously, you're gonna click more with one than the other, and there's also some lecturers that you just feel like you gain nothing out of their lecture, and that's totally okay because you will not click with every lecturer or every tutor that you have because, you know, learning is very personal and whatever works for you maybe does or doesn't work for someone else. But yeah, I think generally our classes are pretty good. I don't have, or the contact hours are becoming less and less. Last year I had quite a lot, and then this year they're like dialing it down a bit, and next semester I'll have even less classes because I have 1 language class less. You'll have, if you do international studies, you'll have language classes 3 times a week for the first 2 semesters, and then the 3rd semester you'll have it twice a week. So next semester I'll have it twice a week. The only downside for me to the classes are the language classes because I'm not very good with languages, and your language takes up a big part of your study, because they're trying, especially if you start at a beginner's level, they're trying to boost you up as soon as possible, or as fast as possible, I actually mean. They are trying to get you on the highest level that they possibly can. And for me, because I'm also dyslexic, so that makes it really difficult. It's definitely doable, but I'm not getting the best grades. I'm passing, and that's all I can hope for, and that's kind of what I got my mindset on, just because I know how I work, and the way they teach language here especially just doesn't really fit with me. So that's definitely something you have to take into consideration, but I wouldn't shy away from doing international studies or going to Leiden University to do international studies just because of the language, because it's definitely doable. And I also know friends who switch their language if it really is not working out for them, and then you can do another language that is tied to your region. Or if you have a really good reason, you could also do a language that is outside of your region. That's just, you can discuss that when you get there. Now, student life. Student life is very important. I like the student life. There's a lot to do, and our study association is very active. There's a lot of committees you can join. Last year I was vice president of the dance committee. This year I'm doing promotion for social committee. That is the committee that organizes all the parties. So I'm in charge of making the Facebook posts and talking to the person who makes the posters, so we can have like a coherent message and what we want and how we want to put it out to the people and all that kind of stuff. So kind of in the marketing side of things. And every committee has these different roles. You can be president, vice president, you can be secretary, treasurer, like I am promotion. So there's different things that you can choose that maybe will fit with a later career path you want to do. And obviously it's small scale because it's a study association, but it's still kind of a step in the right direction that you can definitely put on your resume. And it's a great way to make friends as well. You'll meet a lot of different people, and that's something that I think is really fun because I love meeting new people. So joining a committee is definitely a big thing within our study. The only thing I will say is that The Hague is not a very big student city because it doesn't have its own university, and Leiden only moved to The Hague a few years ago. So the student life is very like small-ish, I guess, but it is developing. Every year it's getting bigger. This year there's a new study that came to Campus The Hague, which is IRO, which is International Relation Organization. So that already made the group of students in The Hague a lot bigger, and this is only 1 year, and obviously next year there's going to be a first year, but the second year is still going to be there, so it's going to keep on growing and stuff like that. So I definitely think the student life in The Hague is growing, and it's also definitely what you make of it. Like, obviously I'd rather go out in Amsterdam if I want to go to like a really good club, or if I want to go, I don't know, just in general there's more variety because the city's bigger, the going out, the nightlife is a lot bigger. But if you go out with your friends, I always have a ton of fun, and I go to house parties as well. So yeah, it's definitely what you make it, I'd say. And then another thing is that I personally really like being in an international environment, and most international courses of Leiden University, I believe, are, there's not that many, but they are at Campus The Hague. So you have a lot of Dutch people, but you also have a lot of people from all around the world, which is really, really fun, and I really like, and also enhances the study experience and broadens your horizon because you come across so many different people with different backgrounds, different cultures, and especially because for me, I like the culture part a lot from my course specifically. So then being also able to interact with different cultures, like my housemate is half American, half Dutch, and she lived in the States for quite a while, and we had a conversation about our view on certain political things, and we just noticed that there's like, I guess, a cultural difference in a way, even though she does have a Dutch mom. And I feel like you just don't get that if you stay in a university that's only with, for me, Dutch people, but wherever you're from, only German people, French people, Italian people, American people, whatever. Like, it really broadens your horizon, and I think that's a lot of fun as well. One big downside, and I think a lot of people will agree with me on that, is that Leiden is a little bit of a mess. It's really hard to figure out what you have to do, where you have to go, where you can find certain things. I personally don't think we're or Leiden is worse at that than, or like specifically way worse at that than other universities are. I know that University of Amsterdam is definitely really like bad with that amongst especially bachelor students. And I also think that just when you come to uni in general, there's a lot that you have to figure out, and the way they work is very different than high school, and especially if you come directly out of high school, you just kind of have to figure out how everything works. And I mean, even still, I sometimes like they could definitely be more transparent about this or be more clear where I can find certain information, but I'm used to it by now and I can just figure it out for myself. And I think that's also kind of an important skill to learn, and they won't necessarily like make it harder for you to find information. It's just that they don't really always present it to you in a clear way, or like this is where you can find that. So yeah, that's one thing that I definitely say is a downside. And then the other thing is that our campus is new, but it's kind of small, so there's not enough study spaces, especially now that they added another whole course of like so many people that came to our building. And another thing that, I'm not trying to scare anyone away, but you might as well know, because especially if you're an international, you might not be able to visit the campus. For some reason, they organize so many events at our campus, and so it'll be like during midterms, everyone's studying and they have this event with music, and you're just like, could you not do that right now? Like any other time, but in the middle of midterms, like, I don't know, they just have the weirdest timing with things. And it's never like at the study spaces, but the downstairs and the first floor are kind of connected to each other. So if you're sitting in a certain area, you can definitely still hear what's happening downstairs. So yeah, that's one other thing that especially my friends and I and everyone that I know basically is just like, what are you doing? Why? So yeah, that's another thing. But there's libraries in The Hague that you can study at, and if you're one of the people that can study at home, you could also just study at home. So yeah, that's kind of what it's like studying at Leiden University, or at least my experience with studying there. Thank you for asking me, and I hope this helped you. Please let me know if it did, because I'm really curious. And also, if any of you are watching this and are also contemplating on going to Leiden University, but you still have some questions after me telling you this, definitely let me know, because I'd love to answer your questions. I'm not an expert, but I do study there, so I know some more things that people that don't study there. And yeah, like I said, I hope this helped. General update, I have been studying today. I'm very proud of myself, so there's that. What I just forgot to say for international studies specifically is that the course itself, or the classes we take, are not necessarily super duper hard in my opinion, which is also obviously very personal, but that's for me. But our semesters are way shorter than any other university or any other course in general. I know, because at Leiden University, all the other courses have longer semesters than we do, but we have very short semesters, so the pressure is really, really high. Like, you have to do a lot and you're always busy, and it's like, it just keeps going. And I think that is the most difficult part about our course, and especially because you take so many courses that the pressure is really high and you have a lot of different things going on at the same time. So yeah, I still wanted to mention that really quick. Won't you just look at that beauty? Oh yeah. Alright, so I'm back in The Hague, and I'm gonna show you a few little additions to my, or our, because I have a housemate now, apartment. First, Abby had this cute coffee table, so we just kind of like put all our coffee table books on there and like whoop, down there, and we put some stuff on the, what is that called? Windowsill? I don't know what the word for that is, but that's what I put it on. This is my dead basil plant. I just can't get it to grow. And then, oh yeah, there's a TV over here on the thing, the chest that was first the coffee table. And then, well, this is just the living room. But I finally got a dresser, and so I have a place to put my clothes in, and I have some stuff over there like brushes and this beautiful Hamilton book and one of my dance trophies and stuff like that. So I think I'm gonna end the vlog here. I'm not gonna do that much tonight anymore, except for like study and all that jazz, you know? So please, if you like this video, subscribe, give it a thumbs up, comment something. Any more, like I said, any more questions about studying at Leiden University, please let me know. If you found this video because of that, then yeah, leave a comment and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.